Hello there guys and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 20 of my 61 days of Halloween and I'm back with my third clown look. I promise this is the last one, but it's a little bit different from my other two. This one's a little bit more subtle and cutesy. This is basically my version of very last minute makeup when you're going out on Halloween night and you haven't prepared, so you can just use whatever you have in your makeup kit already. As you can see, I've already done my brows and then I'm dipping into my Snazaroo red face paint with a clean spoolie and I'm just brushing that through the beginning of my eyebrows to add a little bit of colour and pull the entire look together once we finish the eyes. Then I take the felt tip side of my eyebrow pencil and I just use it to define the ends of the eyebrows, make them super sharp and a little bit more bold to stand out against the red. And then I go in with my SheGLAM concealer. It's a little bit lighter than my skin and I clean up all the edges. If you can't already tell from my voice, I am starting to get a cold, so I do apologise for the bad quality of this voiceover. I have just got a new mic, especially for these kinds of videos, so it is a real shame, but today is the only day that I have to do this voiceover. But fingers crossed I'll be back next week with better audio quality and a tutorial that is not for clown makeup. Once the eyebrows are completely finished, I go into my NYX Ultimate palette and I pick up this orangey red on a big fluffy brush. I then apply that just above my crease in this wish-washy window wiper motion to get that all across the top of my lid. I also take that colour on a long flat brush and just apply it underneath the eye and bring it around as well. Going back into that same palette and I pick up a pinkier red and I apply that deep into my crease as the transition into the lid shade. Finally, for this eyeshadow look, I dip back into that Ultimate palette one last time and pick up this pinkier red shade that has little bits of glitter in it and I apply that all along both of my lids. And I also go into my I Heart Revolution palette, which is Peach Please, and I pick up the lightest shade and use that to blend out any harsh bits of the eyeshadow. Next, I use my KVD tattoo liner in Trooper and I use that to create quite a small medium wing, just your average black eyeliner. We're not going too drastic or intense with this look. Then I go back to my red face paint and on a very thin, fine detailing brush, I start to mark out where I want those clown triangles to be on my eye. I like to shape them around my eye. I think it gives it a really nice, delicate little look to it. Now, this isn't the most detailed thing, but it does still require a steady hand. So remember to be slow and precise with your strokes. It is so much easier to just take your time in the first instance than to have to go in and clean up those mistakes, especially if you're doing it on the top of the eyeshadow where you would have to fill in those eyeshadows again afterwards as well. So I really just take my time to build up both those shapes, make sure that I am happy with them and they are smooth and crisp and there is no smudging. I also decided to take the point of the left triangle through my eyebrow. I think it adds like an edginess to the look. I then take a completely dry, morphy, fluffy brush and using whatever water is left on my red face paint, I just dabble it in there very lightly and then I start to brush that across my nose and I just build it up very slowly and making sure it's blending in to create this like little red nosy effect. I'm using my E.L.F. concealer for foundation for this look because we're going for those low maintenance vibe while still having a little bit of coverage. And I also love this brush from Revolution. It's so thick and chunky and I didn't think anything would pull me away from my beauty blender, but I haven't gone back after using this. And I'm dabbing the SheGLAM contour across my cheeks, the top of my head and just under my jaw. This is a really great contour for subtlety but adding a little bit of warmth, and then I am pressing that in with the same brush. This brush is amazing. It melts all the products into your skin and gives you a flawless blend. I'm putting quite a lot of the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush in Coralicious across my cheeks. This is definitely a lot more blush than I would usually use, but it's such a pinky red that really complements the colours that we've already used. I'm putting it in a C shape around my eyes and it really brings the face together. For highlighter, I'm using the Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in Flute Punch, and I'm just dabbing that on my nose and also the tops of my cheeks and my Cupid's bow and a little bit in my inner corner as well. For the final part of our last minute Halloween clown makeup, we need to do those classic clown lips and smiles. So I'm taking the Colourpop Lippie sticks in Trust Me, and firstly I'm just going to do my lipstick how I would normally do it. So marking that out, and then I smush my lips together. You know the drill if you've seen any of my videos before. And then I take that same detailing brush that I always use, and I have dipped it into the same lipstick, and I'm just extending that smile. So I'm pulling out the edges of the lips and then filling them in, and I just keep doing this and building it until it's symmetrical on each side, staying relatively small in terms of clown smiles because we're keeping this look nice and low-key and subtle. And that, guys, is the finished look. I have just completed it here by adding some big lashes, and I also opted for some red contact lenses. I don't think the contact lenses are necessary to complete this look. I think it is just as cute without, but I am so happy with how this turned out. It's a really quick and easy last minute clown makeup for Halloween. If you want to pull it all together and be a little bit extra, you can do what I've done and match your outfit to your makeup for when you're going out. So if you've made it this far, thank you as always for watching to the end. I really love making these Halloween tutorials, and I will definitely be back next week, hopefully with a better voice and a brand new tutorial for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks guys, bye bye, bye.